And speaking of Black Air Force energy and bumps, might as well go ahead and chop it up with the fam, talking about what we all been talking about this weekend. And before we do that, let me go ahead and
that's it's real, baby.
Open up the libation. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's the thing that's been taken over the weekend, and that's this shit right here.
Dun dun.
Drake versus Kendrick.
No,
this is usually a wrestling podcast, but
this wrestling though, if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got a subject for it. You know, shout out to HBK. You feel me?
HB Shizzle, you know, HB Shizzle. Let's do it. But we were mainly a wrestling podcast, but we love to talk our music because you got a writer in the building. You got an artist in the building, and you got somebody who is an engineer who make some of your favorite people sound real good on shows.
Come on,
so we know what we talking about. That's the reason why that's the reason why this panel exists.
Come on,
we all know what we talking about.
Yes, sir.
There's no fandom, no one-sidedness going on. We talking about
pure objectivity.
He got me doing the Gresh line he was doing when AJ was talking. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I couldn't help it. I was like, he's talking my language right now. That's what I'm talking about.
So, Drake versus Kendrick. What do you want to talk about?
All right, go first. Go ahead.
You know what's hilarious is we're doing this conversation and I'm rocking a whole J. Cole and 21 Savage shirt from that tour. They was on, 20. You know, and it's hilarious because my boy J. Cole decided to exit the stage left because he was the smartest one in the room. You know what's funny, my brother? I'm glad you brought that up because that's the brother that gets disrespected.
Where is Ja in this situation?
Well, here's the thing, right? The original Drake here, who set the path for this Drake.
All right? It's about to be a debate. I already see it. As soon as I heard that, all right, I already knew.
Hey, man, he was doing it first, bro. He was doing the songs for the ladies first. You know what I'm saying? Everybody crucified him for doing it back in there. Oh, that ain't hip-hop. That ain't hip-hop. You ain't hip-hop. Oh, well, then when Drake come along, that's hip-hop too? When? Where? Hey, his was 10 times worse than Drake's, though, y'all. Sorry, his was 10 times worse than Drake's.
So that I'm not gonna lie to you. To keep up with everything, I heard pretty much everything from like that. But apparently, if you go according to Twitter Police, this beef been going back further.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
10 years.
I keep my head down and in the grind. I don't listen to everybody's music, and you can call me a fake hip hop fan, but the only reason why is because I'm in the room with the people who you're a fan of. But
talk to him.
But it's like, I ain't gonna lie. If I had to go subjective, both these brothers brought some heat.
Finally, somebody say it.
They both of them brought some heat. Like, it was. I'm not gonna lie.
They really did.
The reason why I say that is because their beef doesn't affect my everyday life unless I'm unless they book me for the studio. Then I'm be like, hey, I gave bread. But as I guess you could say as a fan, because you're both fans of both, respectively,
Indeed.
or
for the most part.
Are you? You're more of a Kendrick.
No, believe it or not, because I didn't even like Kendrick at first. It took a long time for me to actually get into Kendrick because when he first started blowing up, I really wasn't into him like that. If anything, I got into J. Cole first before any of them, and then I guess you could say I got into Drake by default because I watched Degrassi, so I saw him transition into music.
Oh, Wheelchair Jimmy.
Yeah, Wheelchair Jimmy. Yeah, I saw him from the Replacement Girl days. So it was like watching.
Okay.
Yeah,
there we go. Okay,
watching his ascension.
I respect your opinion.
I was like, all right, you know, like I'm proud of you.
he said you're a long time fan, so now
I respect your opinion.
Respect
Look,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no, I ain't one of them recenters. No, like I've been to anybody. If I say anything about Drake, I got right to say it because I watched this man grow from his replacement.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I remember him rapping them Looney Tune bars on Degrassi.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
TV.
yeah. I watched that evolution. You know,
I remember season one. Season
Mhm.
one. Let's go all the way back. Let's go
All
to
Whatever it takes.
2001.
Quit playing.
I
Can we
know I can make it through.
can we get a Gresh praise dance mix with that song?
Yes, I do. I know I can make it through.
Oh my lord, bro. Hey, we're not gonna go ahead. Why y'all do this, man, like that? Oh my god, bro. What the freak?
Hey, shout out Jesus name. Oh God.
For real though. This is the Toronto status. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Hey, so it's I'm like you, man. I just Kendrick out of the three, I guess if we talking about the big three, Kendrick was the one I caught on like later, where I really started appreciating him more and was like, and I think it was because somebody was trying to force him down my throat a little bit, like, oh, why you don't like it? And I'm just like, I don't feel him like that. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually I kind of started appreciating his music. I wouldn't still say I'm like deep into it. Like I can't sit there and say I can quote his stuff word for word or tell you all his projects left and right like that, you know, from like track one on down. But it's like I still got an opinion, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, hey, let's get into it, man.
What about you, Marty? Like what's your opinion on everything?
For me, well, as far as my appreciation for all the artists themselves, I'm trying to think it was what was Cole's first ones? It was the Come Up. It wasn't Come Up. I'm trying to remember. Like I got exposed to Cole in college. This was like 2010.
2010, yep.
2010 around there. I got exposed to him. I got familiar with Kendrick more so. I think it was the Compton album that Dre did. I think it was it was that album. That was where I think I like first him and Pat and Anderson .Paak were like the two I was able to kind of discover around that time. I used to live in Canada. I lived in Canada for 2 years when I was young, but this was like way before Drake. But I remember going to visit family and I saw Drake perform at this. It was like this little block party festival thing. This was like what 05, 06. I remember he was there. Melanie Fiona is an amazing artist. If y'all not familiar with her, she's amazing. And then Cardinal Official, I think is the dude's name. Cardinal Official. And they was like performing there, and then he was just a Degrassi guy, and then avid Degrassi fan. And when you say Replacement Girl, I go as far back as Comeback Season, and this like Backpack Drake. So when everybody's talking about, oh, we can't rap, it's just like, no, the shit you hear.
Arbery.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like Comeback Season, like the original where he's got like Elzai, Little Brother all over it, like Ninth Wonder gave this nigga beats like when he was trying to run the streets with Joe Budden. So like I go that far back with him. I also got to meet him again when they shot the Motto video in the Bay. When was that? Like 2014? When did Take Care come out? Was that Take Care?
Yeah, I want to say it was like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, like 2012. Yeah, they shot the video in the Bay. And my mentor, shout out DJ Amen, he brought me to the video shoot with him.
November 15, 2011, to be exact.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, because I was still in college. Yeah, so that was, that'd have been 2011, and I got to chop it up with him for like 5 minutes. I didn't get to know the niggas super crazy. Like it was like a 5-minute conversation, but I respected it because at least I had like some sort of an interaction to kind of get an idea. Because that was back in the day when he would rap, but like wouldn't look at the crowd. He was like still like.
No, he was still trying to take those nerves off very much.
Yeah, like, I think by then he had kind of figured it out. But it's like, and then with Kendrick, like Section 80 was like the first time I like was like, okay, I'm paying attention. Good Kid, Mad City, I loved. Ironically, didn't care for it as much. But I'm one of the weird ones that love To Pimp a Butterfly.
I'm about to
I
say
mean,
out
the
of
Will
damn,
Smith did.
out
Me
of
too.
damn, I enjoyed Humble. That was pretty much
That's hilarious, bro. Because so
That's the
many
one
people
song
got
I
so
hate.
tired of that song. Like
I hate that
I
song.
rocked with it because I know what you mean, Gresh. Like when that joint hit, I
I
was like,
feel
oh, all right,
Oh, I
bet.
think the reason why I rock with it is because I didn't listen to it as much.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to it maybe like a month, did a couple of dance routines to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then moved on.
Oh, okay.
Like a
So yeah,
lot of
you got to
people,
escape it.
yeah, I escaped it. Like I didn't like hear, and I don't listen to the radio like that. So I already know I wasn't going to hear it as much as everybody listened to it. Like if you're going to commute to work, you're going to hear it. If you're coming home, you're going to hear it because
Just hearing
radio
it in the
networks
club.
have the tendency of playing the same song 2 to 3 times
Over and over.
over and over again. Like that Drake song, "Baby." I checked out because I'm like, motherfucker, shut up. so yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm like, Humble was my shit for a while,
yeah. I
and
feel
then
it. But what was it? No, you said wait. What else was it? You had to have one more than Humble. You
yeah,
didn't. There wasn't like one
damn,
more an
it's
album.
been a minute. It was one more than Humble. Hold on, let me check. Damn
You
Kendrick, because
had
I'm finna pull up the album because it's like it's been a minute since I actually sat down. Oh,
It had
loyalty,
loyalty, yeah, and
loyalty.
loyalty.
DNA.
That was pretty much like it came out around the time where I was really heavy on being humble, like real. It was like 2017, so that was literally my transition. Like I think it was like less than a couple months after I lost my grandmother, and then it was like I was kind of like in that zone of like pretty much building to the person that I am now. So a lot of songs like resonate with me, and loyalty, it was like a lot of family members, relatives was just betraying
Okay.
me left and right. So I was just like, bro, I'm big on
Know the
loyalty. So
feeling.
when I heard that, I was like, the only thing I heard about it was just like that. I kept playing that hook over and over and over again. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. That was the only thing I kept playing. So loyalty, humble because of the dancing, but loyalty because of personal shit. So those my
I
only
feel it.
two. I would literally, honestly, on some real shit, I probably, even when I get out of here, I probably listen to it, like listen to the whole album like to refresh my memory.
Shout out to our
Probably.
boy DJ from OTS, man, because DJ actually put me on something about Damn that I never paid attention to, but it's actually a double album because of the stuff in reverse. So if you listen to that album forward and then reverse it and listen to it in reverse, it's a whole different album.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
because
feel
he
like
did a whole
I
lot.
feel like that could be a good thing for a lot of a lot of albums where you listen to it in reverse. I think I forgot what artist released an album like that. It could have been Usher. It could have been
Which
somebody.
album?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure. Like
Yeah,
I feel like because it's been
Because
a minute.
oh
Because
no, I'm just saying in general. Because like my whole issue is like, and especially in the profession, like album sequencing is a hard thing to do. Period. Like across the
mm-hmm.
board. Like it's a hard bird to catch.
mm-hmm.
But when there's like no type of fluidity, oh, you don't have to be linear with it, but there's no fluidity at all. Because not every I don't expect every artist to be a storyteller, but like if like all the slow or like B-side jams is at the end, because we're in playlist culture, you gotta spring, you know what I mean? You gotta season it up to where it keeps the interest all the way through. Because nowadays that's why albums is 12 tracks, because people got, you get 40 minutes of music because people got the attention spans of infants. So like if to listen to one backwards, I mean if
Yeah,
you remember it, I'll go back and listen.
yeah. I never really tried to do what he was saying about that, but when he pointed that out, because DJ the type of person he likes to truly listen to a full album. He doesn't do playlists, so he'll
Yeah.
listen to like an album in full because he's old school minded like that. Which I don't blame him because that was a golden era, listening to an album to really understand the
I
project.
meant
So
to.
like I guess when he was hearing the reversal parts, he probably got curious and he just played it in reverse. And he mentioned it was like a whole different album when you play it in reverse. And I'm like, wow.
Only DJ would do
Possibly.
that.
Yeah, he would, but that's hey,
Love you, brother, but you the only nigga that
we
do that.
need
I
them.
know.
We need listeners like that though. Us artists, like, look, me and Marty, we know like when we do stuff, we putting our creativity into it for the fans that truly want to digest it. And I love when somebody dissects my songs and be like, man, did you mean this when you did that? And I'm like, no, but that's a good interpretation because it could go for that meaning. Actually, yeah, that is not what I meant, but I like it. I
I'm
like it.
glad you brought up interpretation because I'm gonna have a closing statement in regards to all this when we're done. But
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
when it comes to everything that released that recently, because it went from matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up the
Go
I
Wikipedia.
ahead.
got you. I got you on the timeline, brother. Say less. I got
Okay,
you.
because that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna pull up the
If
Wikipedia.
we're just starting from like that. Well, actually, no. Even before like that, first person shooter. First person
Mm-hmm.
shooter. Drake, J. Cole. Right. That's what
Yep.
initiated and woke up this beast to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
But did you hear? You heard about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently Kendrick was asked to be on the song
Mm-hmm.
as well and did not want to.
Mm-hmm. And then apparently it was because now I don't know how true that part of it is, but supposedly it's because when J. Cole mentioned that line about, the big three and feeling like Muhammad Ali, he took that as a way of basically saying that he was better than the other two, and he looking like, well, hold up, as Kendrick beautifully put, like, nigga, I'm selfish. I'm number one.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I love both of y'all, but respectfully, I'm number one, and I'm selfish with it. Like, I ain't finna let you say you Muhammad Ali on a track featuring me. Like, I listened to a lot of dissectors talk about, like Cole and Kendrick and I guess you could even say Drake, because like Drake and Kendrick have been throwing shots indirectly, subliminally for the past 10 years through different songs. But J. Cole and Kendrick have always kind of, you could say maybe throwing shots, but more so they've always kind of like avoided each other, but in a sense of like, if Kendrick knows that J. Cole is going to be on a song, because I think Young Jeezy was the last person to actually get both of them on a song.
Mm.
And the thing was, Young Jeezy didn't tell neither one of them that they were going to be on the song. And so J. Cole rapped his butt off, but Kendrick kind of took a melodic route. And they were like, if Kendrick would have known, trust me, he would have like truly rapped. So it's like, yeah, it's that competition when it comes to lyricism is a trip.
My question is, where the hell did all this come from?
Honestly,
Like,
just
who
probably
fired the first shot? Is it like a? Did it just start off as like a little friendly jab? Like, I don't, because by the end of this shit got personal to the point where people getting shot. So that's where we at now.
Yeah.
okay. If we're gonna be honest, I'll tell you how this like really, really started. If I mean anybody, if y'all disagree, let me know. Put me in chat. I still want to say this all started from that Kendrick Control verse back on Big Sean's track when Kendrick just called out every rapper, including J. Cole and Drake, like, look, I love all y'all, but I'm coming for all y'all because this is a competition and I want to be number one. So I'm here to attack all y'all. He was trying to bring hip hop back to its true competitive nature. And so, and I want to say that was like 2013 when he, because poor Big Sean. Yeah, I think it was like, it was, yeah, poor Big Sean.
Yeah, Control came out in 2013.
2013, yeah. So poor Big Sean, who supposedly is the fourth of this big three, but nobody.
I mean, at the time.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Considered.
I did not know he was part of the big three. I thought it was somebody else.
He kind of was, because they all came out from that same rap class.
Because I kind of don't listen to Sean at all.
I don't blame you, brother. I barely. I mean, I've heard some of his stuff. He's got some songs I've liked, but
I've seen him as a feature.
Oh, you got to go back to like the Finally Famous stuff.
I trust
like
you.
I
trust you, Marty.
The earlier stuff on it. Because that's a lot of people. It's a revisionist history. Because I don't expect everybody to go back or to understand or to really be tapped in at shit like that.
Brother, that's why I say you got to send me some stuff because I'm not going to know where to start.
I got you.
Brother, man.
Not
where's
you, bro.
My trust?
Oh no, I know Hi-Lite got it. I already know what's up. I'm saying if you need some earlier stuff, because at the time Sean was like Wale was up there, Sean was up there.
Sean.
You know what I'm saying? It was still early enough. Yeah, because I mean at the time the only person who was hedging up at that time, or at least in terms of being pushed up at that time, Drake. Cole was getting there. when Kendrick dropped his shit, then he was looked at. But I'm saying I'd probably say 2011 into like 2013, field was more open. It wasn't definitive. I wouldn't even say it got definitive until like what 2015,
15,
2016.
16, yeah, because Kendrick went on that crazy run where he just was like dominating everything, and it was just like, and Drake was still dominating as well, but it was kind of like
He hasn't really stopped.
you could tell Kendrick was basically like starting to surpass even Drake, and it was like, uh-oh. So that kind of, you know, I agree, Tristan. Those are some great pop. Oh yeah, okay, all right, that's right, because they were on that track together. You show right, but that control verse really set it off.
What was
More
that
than
one song that they did? Do you remember real quick? It was on the DJ. It was on DJ Khaled's like one of his first ones because I remember it had Cole, Kendrick. Um, I think Crit was on there.
oh, you might be
It's called.
talking about because I know they did one. They said Trey the Truth had them all on a song too,
Oh,
but it was
Gresh, can you
kind of
look it up? Yeah, I think it's called We Ready or something. It's a DJ Khaled. It was on like one of his low comp. It was before all that We the Best shit. Like before it, like
yeah,
he started going with his regular starting five.
Was it They Ready? Featuring
They
J.
Ready,
Cole,
yeah.
featuring
With
J.
yeah.
J
Cole,
Cole,
Big Crit, Kendrick, and
classic.
yeah, J. Cole, Big Crit, and Kendrick.
Fire.
Yeah, man.
That was
We're
11
gonna put
years
some
ago,
we're gonna put some
2012.
respect on Crit's name too. We'll have that
Oh heck
conversation
yeah,
later.
heck yeah.
Oh,
Come on
oh,
now.
bro. Oh, yeah.
What?
He's
We
still out
gonna
there. He still got
That's my
respect. People just don't. People just don't.
more
They
top
oh
to
just
the
thank
sundown, baby. That's
they
my
just try
oh
favorite.
to
God.
pick and choose who they want to respect. It's
King
all good.
remembered in time. Y'all better
You know
y'all
what
better act
I'm
like y'all quit
saying?
playing. Yeah,
I be trying
it's
So
to.
that type of
basically,
music knowledge. Go ahead.
so basically,
Like,
y'all telling me this beef is decades.
Yeah, no, it's decades for real. Because honestly, this is like the last real. Because
Cause
as you know,
I ain't gonna lie
Gresh,
to you. I didn't start really digesting music, like really sitting into it until I started going to school for it, and I was like 2014,
okay,
2015. So it's like
okay,
I ain't really start digesting. Like I was always around it. Like I've been in this business in some way, shape, or form since I was 7 years old. But
mm,
I started really digesting when I started studying and actually paying attention. I'm like,
mm,
oh, so it's like I catch certain things. Like during this entire exchanging of songs that
mm,
dropped literally back to back, I literally digested everything different. Like I would say stuff like oh snap, and people was like, oh, Kendrick is this, Drake
mm.
is this, and I'm like, I could tell y'all are fans. I'm just enjoying the music.
And then meanwhile, you got my
you can
boy
be both.
like. It's funny because it's like even as they kind of say, "Oh, Kendrick this, Drake this," you got people like our boy DJ, who was like the
Yeah,
advocate J Cole,
he is the advocate, J.
the
Cole, bro.
advocate president of the J
That's
Cole
my
fan
boy
club.
Jamar. Same.
No.
If J. Cole stopped having fans, he has one fan, that'd be DJ. And if he has no more fans after everybody's off this earth, DJ is dead.
He even makes a complete defense for why Cole decided to, pull that
Pull
number that
out
everybody crucified him for. It's about how you gonna
Hey,
make a diss track and then just disappear and be like, oh, I didn't
the
think it
way
was worth
it
it.
this
ain't
shit
it ain't
ended.
everybody's cup of tea. I mean, I
No,
don't necessarily blame it, but I mean, DJ, you'll love this. DJ, you will love this. And I'll say it. I don't care. At me all you fucking want. If we just talking because everybody wants to talk. Everybody cares about lyrics now. Everybody
let's get
cares about essential hip hop and all that other shit, right? By
let's
the
get this
way,
man a highlight. Let's get this man a highlight.
oh,
Yeah, give him a
okay,
highlight. Come on now.
okay. Okay, so yeah, let me say this just in general. If we really keeping it a buck, if we just talking about straight lyricism, period, Cole above all, and he's not even my main favorite of the three. But if we really keeping it a fucking buck about that, and then it's also because everybody, all you niggas care about. Oh, it's not real hip hop. It's not. It's gonna look like I'm defending Drake. And in a way, I am. You niggas care about. You care about lyrics. It's not Drake isn't real hip hop. He's everything that's wrong with it. Okay, avid hip hop listener, show the receipts.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. Let me see. Like, go ahead, throw the screenshots up. Let me see, because at the end of the year, all y'all love to throw up your most listened to on your Spotify and your Apple. Okay, my nigga, let me see. I bet I want. Let me see some Fonte. I want to see some Black Thought. Let me see some Elzai. Like, I want to see that you listen to that. The majority of the shit you listen to is all lyricists, since you want to push that narrative so hard when it's Drake. oh, it isn't this, or not understanding the fact that hip hop is like, it's not even, it funds like what, a significant chunk of the economy, other countries' economies. Like it's just bigger than that. I mean, a lot of us want it to still be about the breakdancing and two turntables and a microphone and all that and all that, right?
Mhm.
And all that other shit. But my thing is like, okay, since you care about it so much, show the fucking receipts. You criticizing one thing. If let me check your what you got in y'all playlist. What do y'all have in there since y'all care about it so much? Lyrical Miracle. When was the last time you listened to Damn or to Pimp a Butterfly? Oh, it's a classic. It's a classic. Okay, how often do you listen to this classic? Because I go back and listen to the albums that I listen to. I have playlists. I
Get
write for
'em.
shit that be in the playlist, but I go back and I listen to albums and I ingest them in full. I still go back to these people catalogs, and I'm not saying I'm the only person that does it. Nor do I think that I'm like this super, like I'm putting myself on a high horse. But I'm noticing all you niggas on yours because of all y'all criticisms when it comes to that. And I'm only speaking about, oh, Drake is, he thinks he's the best rapper. I'm just like, okay, hip hop is expanded. It is there's so many subgenres. They rapping in different countries. They do it like hip hop is bigger than what it originally started, but you niggas only care about the core of it when it's to tear something down that you don't like. And a lot of you
Get
niggas don't
'em.
even know why you don't fucking like
Get
something.
'em.
Oh, your problems. You okay? I wasn't gonna do it, but go ahead. I'm gonna
Do
do
it.
it.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Get 'em.
This is my problem. And if you don't feel like this applies to you, don't take offense to it.
If it
Because if you're
doesn't
taking
apply, let
offense
it
to it,
fly.
it applies to you. And the people that it applies to, I'm talking directly to you, nigga,
Get
woman,
'em.
oh, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Woman, however you identify, Android, ABCD. I respect
Brother,
everybody
brother.
by all means. I'm just saying, however you identify, because I don't want anybody to feel left out.
Mhm. Mhm.
Since y'all all care about this, I don't understand why. Okay, we'll get around to that later. Like people are just getting shot now. A lot of you people on here talking all that shit, you just riding the fucking wave because it's easy to pile on Drake. You niggas don't. A lot of you niggas don't even ride with Kendrick like that. You just hate Drake and have no idea why. Because I'm sorry, you know this nigga in real life. Whatever him and Kendrick is getting personal and it's getting crazy, right? But the thing
Mhm.
is as a spectator and as a fan, I just appreciate the music. It's gotten less fun lately because now they're crossing lines. Like we've all tweeted at some point, these niggas got to fight. I mean, whenever it gets,
I literally said
we
someone's gonna get shot at the end of
Mhm.
it,
this.
And it happened.
exactly. But what I'm saying is everybody on these timelines and all this other shit, like people posting crazy fucking shit. Let me just tell you on the industry back end, be careful about what you posting because if you making
Dog the mark. Dog
allegations
the
and there's
mark.
no cases and you saying all this other shit, these labels have people that look at this and your shit will be flagged. You'll lose your accounts. You can get
Mhm.
sued for libel, slander. Be very
Dog.
fucking careful with this when you saying all that other shit about a stranger that you don't know. My whole thing is when we're paying attention to lyrics, right? It was okay. Everything that this nigga Kendrick said, I've said a lot of shit about people I don't fuck with. Does that necessarily mean that it's true? No, I just don't fuck with them like that. So I'm just gonna talk my shit, legit or not. I'm human. We've all fucking done it. But this nigga Kendrick could have said that Drake was a Hufflepuff wizard at Hogwarts that failed out of school and then whatever. And then all you niggas get on the internet, oh, this nigga Drake failed out of Hogwarts. Like because somebody says it, because all rappers keep it real and everything that they say is the truth. And they're living these lives and it's not perception or image or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's not pro wrestling. Not at all. Not at all. Right. So my thing was when Drake dropped the Heart Part 6, right?
Come on.
Oh well, they're like, well, why didn't he address that? And it's like, tell me you didn't listen to it without telling me you didn't listen to it, but tell me you didn't listen to it. That whole thing was like, oh, his flow and his delivery, nigga. This is past rapping. Like these niggas want to fight. This is personal, personal. This is Brett and Sean. This is personal, personal. And he literally laid out, okay. And I don't know if the shit is true or not because it's rappers, but I'm just using it as an example.
Rappers
He just
lie. It
said,
happens.
yeah, I know, trust me. So it literally gets to the point. It literally gets to the point where he's like, "Okay, we fed you this information on this, blah blah blah, and all this other shit. Well, why didn't he address that?" Here's the thing: if you address shit, you're damned if you don't. Because if you address shit, then you look guilty. If you don't address shit, you don't look. I mean, you look guilty, especially if everybody's already decided that they don't like you and you're a complete fucking stranger. You niggas get on these hills where it's just like it's one thing to like even crack jokes with Drake. It's low hanging fruit. of course they're gonna go ahead and crack the joke. But some of you niggas is on this. Y'all just mounted up on your fucking horse, cowboy hat, spurs, all that, to find your hill to die on, saying personal shit. Nigga, do you get a check from TDE? If Kendrick was walking down if Kendrick was walking down the street, do you think if you could get past the security that after he took his picture with you, that he would sit up and chop it up with you? Why are y'all niggas getting so crazy about this shit and getting so fucking personal? Well, I don't like Drake because this and that, or I like his music, but I don't like Drake because you know Drake, because you know Kendrick. All of you niggas just sound like some bunch of zealot fucking fanatics, and I'm speaking to somebody who knows artists, or anybody that knows artists. Like, these are regular ass people. Whatever these niggas got going on, just be entertained in the music, because we've all noticed the slope. Like, where the bops was fun and they was going back and forth with each other, and then it was like, you know what I mean? They were sparring, and then it gets to the point to where these niggas start getting extra personal, and it's like, oh, this kind of ain't fun. Like, niggas might get shot for this, or it's going to be the people that was already waiting to start some bullshit and to do some bullshit just needed a wave to ride on to do all this crazy shit. Because a lot of the fact that you niggas is talking to anybody watching right now, go on your timeline. You would go on your timeline right now. Look at this past for the past 2, 3, 4 days, and look at the amount of people speaking about Drake as if you know this nigga personally. You don't know Kendrick personally either. There's a lot of this attacks on this man's character. There's been hella allegations about this. Translation: I heard some rumors about some other shit. Blah blah blah. Accusations. You know what I'm saying? There's niggas that we know has done some shit. The feds have raided their house. You know what I'm saying? There's some people there. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can't ever dance to Step in the Name of Love. If like a lot of happy people, a lot of our wedding songs is just gone now.
The entire opening credit.
I'm just saying, and I do recall somebody saying if he took his music down, you would have to take mine down because, you know, freedom of speech. But that's his prerogative. That was something that Kendrick said. But regardless, regardless, everybody's doing all these jabs and going to sit up and talk about this stuff. It's like, okay, if Drake says something about Kendrick, and I'm not to say that it's right. My thing is you niggas pick and choose when you want to believe some shit. Because if Drake can literally tell you in a whole song that, oh no, we did this, I expected this, you did this, oh, we're going to ignore that because this nigga's corny and blah, blah, blah. This nigga's corny. He's not hip hop. Drake is whack. I'm sorry. When the females come over, you playing Drake. Look in your playlist right now. You know lyrics to Drake songs. You had no problem when he was flaming up Meek Mill and any of that other stuff. Y'all niggas pick and choose. Fickle. It's all like Drake suffer. It's the fact that it's the simple fact that I'm trying to think. Let me word this without insulting anybody.
I mean, you muted yourself, brother.
Oh no, sorry. I was like, let me word this properly. Okay. All of you listen to Drake, even though you don't like him and y'all hate his character and you hate what he represents, even though hip hop is one of those things that it's expanded. Once you get to a point, we see nobody complained when Hove did it. Nobody complained if Kendrick did it. When you make songs and you make crossover songs with other people and doing other things, because that's revenue, because y'all don't understand how this music shit works and how people get paid or how people don't get paid. Or, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand how splits work. Y'all don't understand, like,
tell me you haven't been to music. Tell me you haven't been to music business classes without telling me you haven't been to music business classes.
That's what I'm saying.
This is explained to me. This was explained to me when I graduated. Before I had to pass this class and graduate. There's this well-respected, pretty much head honcho. I call him Capriccio. You probably heard that name in passing. He's out here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I had to pass this man's class, and he was no slouch. So I know this shit. So
yeah, and we don't expect every regular person to know it. But my whole thing is like when I hear stupid shit, and maybe that's just being on the opposite end of it and understanding how it works. Well, why didn't he do a diss? Why did it take forever? Right? Like that. Okay. See, look at you, giving me the layup. I appreciate it. Okay, so when niggas is saying like when Kendrick first like snapped back, right? Well, why didn't Drake? This nigga was on tour with J. Cole. Why didn't you just get in the studio and go and do all that? Because okay, you have appearances, you have free time, you have like you're going from place to place. Yeah, so you can just hop in the fucking booth and just respond like that. People were saying that.
How do you think touring works?
They don't.
They don't have access to a studio in their tour bus. They're trying to get some sleep in between shows
And appearances
and
and other
appearances
business
and
ventures and
promotion.
whatever it is that you got going on. It's a machine. You know why niggas go on tour? So they can get paid. Because that's where a lot of the money actually comes from. Because album sales, you do you know how much a stream pays? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. No stupid people. You don't understand how like streaming, it's great, but at the same time, it's completely shifted the fucking business. You got a tour to go and do shit. You got to be able to hope. You got to hope that your label works with apps like works with a Spotify, works with a fucking with a TikTok and the other things because niggas ain't getting fucking paid. They're not understanding it. Oh well, he could just go ahead and fucking respond. Why didn't he respond? He didn't want no smoke. Blah blah blah. Y'all
He
have
was
already made
asleep.
up your mind that you don't care.
That brother had to get some sleep.
Exactly. But my thing is okay, he gives the response. You guys want motherfuckers to respond so quick and then you get the response. It's like when you're having a debate or you're talking to somebody, you're already thinking of your response before you even heard their full argument or their full point of view. You're not listening to it to argue. You're listening to it to talk shit because it pads your argument because you guys all have this affinity for a hatred of fucking Drake. I'd kind of equivalent it to like a Tom Brady or a LeBron or like a Floyd Mayweather, where the world just when you get to a point of greatness and you're able to kind of expand it out, because Drake has a global fucking fan base because he's big in Japan and everywhere else. That okay, if I do an album, I can't just do all rippity rap shit. I can't. I got to be able to cover here, the UK. I got to be able to cover the dance clubs. I got to be able to cover this because it's a fucking business. There's kind of a point to why he's been where he's been, and not to say that it's not like I wouldn't want all like a all rap album but that's what the Lucy's are. That's what the little projects is for. Like we do get that, but you guys pick and choose when you want to go ahead and like that shit. The same way you pick and choose to love Kendrick and devout Kendrick fans. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that are hopping on your wave, making y'all look bad because the only song that they would know is Humble or Loyalty or any of the singles from Good Kid, Mad City because they don't listen to it. They
That's the
just
reason
have
why
to
I was
hate
doing
Drake.
this beef. I was quiet because I'm not a hardcore Kendrick fan.
I just hate the hypocrisy in general because it was just like do as I say, not as I do in a way that okay, well, Kendrick can say whatever. I watched the whole timeline run with it. It getting to the point where niggas was pushing colorism. Like, oh, you can't say nigga, you can't do that. Like that shit is just fucking crazy. You talking about people's children. Oh,
You
well, he's
can't
hiding a
say
kid.
nigga no more.
I'm just saying, look at it this way. Wrestling fans here, right? Hey, wrestling fans, your favorite wrestler, all your favorite wrestlers, or even people that you like. Do you know what all their families look like? Do you know what all their kids look like? Do you even know if some of them have kids or who they're in relationships with? Is that your right to know? Was it our right to know that this nigga had a kid?
No.
No, not really. The nigga just made music. As long as you were still active and making music, my thing is mind my fucking business. Like, oh well, he's got an 11-year-old. My thing is if we found out about Adonis, we would have found out about the other one. This is just examples of stupid shit that I see on here because the people that get on here and that get you're pushing colorism, you're calling people that Manny Petties. I don't want to get you demonetized. So you know what I'm saying? You're calling people that and all
Oh,
that other shit. And I'm like,
this channel ain't monetized. You're fine.
okay, we're calling people pedophiles and you're saying all this other shit and you're hopping on this fucking wave. But it was like, okay, if we believe in everything on wax, when somebody gives the rebuttal that you want, that you want just to shit on and not hear. So you don't know if the bars was good or not. Oh, he's just making a dance song. Drake's making a single. He's not battle rapping. I have to listen to this nigga Kendrick make on a mustard beat, which that's the one I just can't stand. I'm from California. Can't stand
I
I
ain't gonna
just
lie.
can't stand it.
I ain't gonna lie.
So
That shit been in my head all day. So
is
it's
it?
It's
like,
the
Yeah, it
beat.
in my head. But is it true they saying that LA really rocking with it right now? They saying LA bumping that hard right now.
Yeah. Yeah, at least the folks that I've spoken to, I haven't been to LA in like what a month now, or
yeah.
close to a month now. But I'm out there a lot for work, and
And
I,
it's
I
like
wouldn't it wouldn't shock me.
so basically, if I'm going based off this timeline, people really
Mhm.
started really jumping on the Kendrick train when Drake released that Tailor Made freestyle
Oh
If
yeah,
with
if
the
that was
AI.
Kendrick
whack. I
said
ain't gonna
any
lie.
if Kendrick said anything, and it's just the simple fact that it involves Drake. Like literally, go and look. Go like if you go back and look.
Oh, I
Drake
know.
saying anything,
If it was
they have an
anybody else,
automatic problem with.
honestly, if it was anybody other than Drake, no one would have given a shit.
Exactly, but there's this hatred for Drake because he doesn't represent hip hop. I'm like, a lot of your favorite artists will cross over in a fucking heartbeat. That's why they've done. That's why Kendrick has done songs with Taylor Swift. That's why J. Cole has worked with who he's worked with, because the checks clear. It helps towards. It helps towards you. You know what I'm saying?
And my
All
thing
like,
is,
hmm.
y'all mad at somebody cross over to like country and all this stuff. Who do you think created country? Niggas.
And rock and
And it's,
jazz and most music. Period. Most for the most part.
yeah,
But they don't. They're not
We're
ready to
not.
have that conversation.
You're stereotyping us to be strictly hip hop is asinine.
well,
But that's the only time they care. That's the only
That's
time
the
they
only time
care.
they care.
I'm gonna take that point that he said, and this is why I
Mhm.
was saying shout out to Vince Staples and the fact that he was just basically making it known, like, hey, bro, like at the end of the day, I don't really think we should be glorifying this beef that much because of the fact that it's really overshadowing black music in general right now, and the fact that we just making some really dope music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, it's a
you
lot of
know what I'm
artists
saying?
that it's a lot of artists that just drop and we're not talking about it.
Yeah, like we
It's
using it
taken
to
away
make a
from some
fool.
work I've done.
Yeah, it's like making a fool of our
I'm
culture.
running them streams up. Like
Facts, big facts. But you know what I'm saying? Like we can't. You know, Vince Staples put some real stuff on there. With just at the end of the day, it's like we can't let our culture just be made fun of like that. You know what I'm saying? Just
Because there's people out of the culture hijacking this. Like I seen heard and seen some conversations where it's like, okay, this should just be about music and the specifics of it. It's getting out. It's getting past us where we can't. Where stuff like today was happening, where people who should be spectating are contributing to the conversation like they shouldn't. And that's my issue with it. And a lot of that, it just comes down to the fact that a lot of you niggas, for whatever reason, have this hatred of Drake, even though you listen to him, even though you've been a fan to it, even though if you've seen this nigga in person, you would ask for a fucking picture and want to get a snap or want to shout out and do whatever. So out of all that fickle shit, right? This hatred is this nigga can't say nigga now. You know, he never cared. You didn't care when he was getting the cosign from Wayne and everybody else, and this nigga brought Kendrick on his first tour. Like, y'all did not care. Y'all did not care. Now all of a sudden it's an issue because these niggas got an issue. It's like crack a joke. That's completely fine, and be entertained by the beef and the fact that we're getting music. But and wherever they take it is where they're taking it. It's kind of starting to not be fun anymore. But the fact that you niggas is getting on this hill, y'all niggas is worse.
To wrap up this topic, can I just say it stopped being fun during Euphoria? When he
Agreed.
when he said Dear Adonis, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, well, that was me. Well, did he say that in there?
Was that Euphoria?
That was
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Meet the Grams. I'm sorry. I'm drunk. My bad.
Euphoria is when I kind of started tuning out, but yeah.
You good? Yeah.
I'm drunk. Meet the Grams. That's when Euphoria. It stopped getting. It was like, oh, this is getting serious. But then when it got to Meet the Grams, I was like, oh.
To be fair though, we can keep that same energy and Slick say that about Family Matters, despite the fact that
Family Matters. No, that's what I mean. Like I'm basically
saying
it was
constructed better.
Any song from Euphoria on down, it stopped getting. It's like,
agreed, 1,000%.
Oh shit,
1,000%. Drake just figured out how to dress it up though.
I'm gonna get these jokes off because I'm an entertainer, but oh shit, it was going there.
Yeah.
Then when I heard Meet the Grams, because I was literally in Florida. I just got off a plane to hang with my brothers, and I heard Meet the Grams, and I'm like, oh, Dear Adonis,
when he brought up his mom, I was like, yo,
you talking to Sandra, and I'm like, you ain't talking about.
Oh, you talking to Dennis? Oh no,
you talking no. Oh, a secret child.
And then you saw the internet run wild with it, right? And then it gets addressed because everybody needs to respond. Because if you don't respond, you lose. It gets addressed, and then we automatically don't care.
And that poor girl who probably ain't even his daughter, who's not his daughter, getting her information just thrown all on social media. I'm like,
yeah,
what are y'all doing?
You pulling up to people's houses, y'all doing a whole bunch of stupid shit because for whatever reason y'all want to ride the wave so much that you're getting is that's my only beef with it. You getting as personal as Drake and Kendrick are with each other. That's these niggas beef. We just watching the match. Are you gonna jump the guardrail and get in and trying to get in the ring too? Because you niggas is acting like y'all all in the same faction, like this NWO and this for life, and you need to jump in there. Calm the fuck down. You all sound and look stupid. You like you have no reason to hate Drake this much or whatever, because my thing is just stand on it. It's okay to not be a fan of his music, but respect the accomplishment and what it does for the fucking culture and the fact that he's been able to have this level of longevity for a period of time. There's a reason why it's a big three. And then why everybody acknowledges that you want to shit on it, but at the same time, it's just like, nah, you like I said, you pushing colorism, you talking about people personalized, people that you don't know, as if I mean niggas do that all the time on Twitter in general with strangers. But the hills that people are getting on in the criticisms, or it's like, okay, somebody drops something, oh, it's mid. Why is it mid? What part of it didn't you like? Or what was it? Oh, or Drake's ghostwriter's been running this. I'm just like, okay. Like nigga, like I don't know, for people that have actually been in the studio and seen like how stuff works and in general how people contribute to things. This person got the melody. This person says maybe flip this line or do whatever. None of these niggas is sitting in a fucking closet by themselves writing this shit out. They probably feeling it, but there's a structuring and there's a whole system. I don't expect everybody to fucking know that. My whole thing is have your preference, but don't have your preference. But there's a difference between having a preference and taking a side. You take a side when you have like investment in this, when it affects you, your bottom line, your family, your livelihood, your physical being. That's when you take a side. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? This is my bro right here. Oh, this you tried to catch him slipping. Y'all did something. Okay, I'm paid. This is my side. Like, okay, now it's personal because I have a reason to. I don't like the way that this stranger portrays himself or doesn't do hip hop the way that I feel that they should do hip hop. Or I don't like how successful he is. I don't like this, that, and the fucking third. Okay, go ahead and dislike it. Do you need to get personal about it as if the nigga took your girl? Like that's what I'm saying. All y'all niggas sound stupid. Like you make this not fun. The music already started to kind of take a turn for like it went left real quick. You niggas just took the steering wheel, broke the shit off, and now the car is just like y'all crash dummies.
Euphoria was the warning shot. Family Matters was the response. Meet the Grand was the bullet that made it not fun.
You hear that, Metro Boomin?
Oh, and that BBL, like, hey, he listened to Drake. He told him to shut his whole ass up.
BBL
and makes him,
I still have not heard that song.
It's not even. It's just like a loop. But my whole thing,
it's just a beat.
It's just a beat.
Yeah, artists all over are just hopping on it from every
hopping on the wave because OVO slided them.
Because apparently,
y'all got to send it to me.
Josh, apparently, if I write you something, you can win $10,000 if the verse hits. Matter of fact, me and Marty can just write you something. All you got to do is just spit it, and you get $10,000 in a free beat. That's apparently what I heard. Apparently,
hey, shout out to Metro for shutting his whole ass up and making some drums because he did it. He did what apparently he was supposed to do. I have no problem with Metro. I just thought that was funny.
Let me go ahead.
If you're not gonna rap, move. If you're not gonna rap, move, nigga. Shut up.
$10,000.
That's all I'm saying with it. Y'all need to calm the fuck down. It's not that serious. Y'all don't know this man to be saying some of the bullshit that you're saying because it just hypes people. It'll hype the wrong person up. And what happened today happens.
Boy.
Hey man, that's our pretty much our summary on that. Oh, that was pretty much that. But I ain't gonna lie, not like us. Certain parts of it can be used in the industry, and it's not towards Drake.
100%.
That's what I told. That's
the real reason I like that song. I let my girl hear it, and I was just like, Kendrick.
If you take away the times he name dropped Drake, and just play that beat.
Remove the allegations and then
especially the Atlanta verse.
Mm-hmm. You know there's so many jokers who be coming from other places that come to Atlanta and just want that quick payday. They're not colleagues, they're colonizers. That's
100%.
And there's a lot of people who covers hip hop that are definitely colonizers that got kind of mad.
100%.
Rosenberg.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought you was talking about Vlad or Adam
Vlad,
22.
Uh, that ninja.
Cuck 22.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Coke 22, Coke 45.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
yeah, that motherfucker. Like it's like I do agree with you.
And
That
the
beat
one that's
is
been
what literally
quiet.
saved it.
Let's not forget
Mustard,
Mr. Quiet.
mustard. When I heard mustard on that beat, I'm like, oh,
Well,
this about to go
Mustard
left.
needed help. Mustard needed he needed an assist because you ain't heard of Mustard beat in a minute. And not to say that he don't got heat. It's just once people's attention spans zoom to somewhere else or the next producer, what it is, they're not checking. They weren't checking for Mustard the same way that they was checking for him 10 years ago. I
Man,
mean,
you
it
right.
switches off. So I'm just like, okay, if I can get in on this, if I can get in on this, by all means, because then niggas care about the coast and want to go and do all that. It's just like it ain't East versus West. How we beefing with Canada? Like that's just, and I'm
That's
as somebody
shout out to
from
Graham.
California.
Shout out to Graham. He was like, bro, that ain't us. That's Canada on Canada. He said they ain't got shit to do with it. What the hell you talking about?
It's just fucking ridiculous, and it comes down to it. It's just you niggas is doing way too fucking much. It's corny as shit.
I told my
Y'all
I told my
don't have
sister,
to hate Drake like that.
I said Juneteenth, I'm gonna literally chop down They Not Like Us part,
Mhm.
put it on a boom box, and just walk around with it. They not like us. They not. That's the only part I'm. I ain't gonna continue after that. I'm not. I'm just gonna. And then it's like what is it? I'm gonna take that part up, that part, and then it's like he a fan, he a fan, he a fan. They not like us. Like I'm gonna loop it. I'm gonna loop
Do
that
it,
part, just
do
that
it.
part, and just walk
I'll
around with it.
write you. Me and Highlight will write you some verses for it right now. But I got a question, a serious music question, just in terms of general, right? You
Yeah.
guys you're fans of music, and you
Mm-hmm.
consider yourself like you're a fan of hip hop. You're a fan, like okay. So my whole thing is no matter what your side is, and who like whatever your side is, because y'all niggas don't got sides. You can have whatever your preference is, because unless you know
Mm-hmm.
these niggas in real life or have been personally slighted by either, we're just spectators watching shit, pretending to pick a side because we want to follow the crowd. Doesn't matter which rapper you're trying to defend. It like just it's kind of a way it's like knowing our place. It's the same way why we don't people don't want to respect Drake because he doesn't just do hip hop. It's like that's like telling the nigga to shut up and dribble. It's like or saying that you sound white because you're articulate because articulation is mutually exclusive to
Or
white
what they
people.
did, or
That
what they did to Ricochet. They said, "Shut up and wrestle."
oh my god, okay, that nigga that okay, we could get into that in a little bit. But my whole thing was okay, when you heard this, regardless of your preference, you listened to every song as it came out whenever you could catch it
Mm-hmm.
all the way through. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
even more than once. There's been a few of them where on both ends where I've
Mm-hmm.
played certain songs 2 3 times or whatever.
Mhm.
Even though I don't always think that hip hop should turn into an investigational journalism. I don't think I should listen to it 5 6 7 times to catch the bar, to catch this because this, and then do that, and then be trying to make feel stupid for it because I didn't catch the intricacies of it because this bar means this. It's like trying to watch Dynamite, and because I didn't watch Being the Elite, I'm not going to understand this like insider joke because I didn't do the research and I'm a fake fan or I'm stupid because I didn't know that. It's the same shit that they've been doing with the Kendrick shit. But if y'all niggas love hip hop so much, right? If y'all not YouTube, I'm saying in general, if you love hip hop as much as you claim, or you love music as much as you claim, you're going to objectively listen to each one, no matter what preference you have. You're going to listen to each one and be able to objectively say, hey, he got that nigga. Or on this one, like, no, he got him. Because
Mm-hmm.
when Drake was on this, had his foot on that nigga's neck yeah, damn near 2 weeks, and we wasn't getting nothing. Oh, you did. You got an AI track that y'all went on your hill and died on because y'all was swearing up and down that that was real. And then when it wasn't, we swept that under the rug because, fickle. We goalposts. We move it here now.
Yep.
So when it comes to that, my thing is be able if you care about rapping and hip hop or whatever, this nigga Drake is giving you the raps that you claim that he's not. It's your preference can be your preference, but in the times where he was up, niggas was still saying no, Kendrick was this. It was like there was no ebb and flow or anything. Niggas just the moment this nigga drops something, you're gonna give the other side another number, and it don't fucking matter. So don't complain if you get the music or if you don't get the fucking music, because you don't want beef. You don't want no, I mean, you want beef, but you don't want it to be on wax. Y'all just want
Mhm.
chaos to have some more bullshit to fucking argue about or to get on, or to, you know what I mean? Like false, it's like false banging. Oh, you niggas are not TD. You niggas are not OVO.
Set
We're
tripping up in here.
spectators. Stop set tripping. You're a spectator. You're a consumer like the rest of us. Just enjoy the shit and have a preference to your side. You can even talk about who you think is winning. But when you niggas start getting personal the way they're getting personal, you sound
Mhm.
and you look stupid. And these people that you're trying to glorify would probably look at you like, hey, security, get this nigga the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's
That's all
true.
I'm gonna say about it.
I'm not even on their level, and I would do the same thing because I ain't gonna lie to you. But in short, be more like me. Be more like Hi-Lite because we literally just consumed the content that was released. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I personally, not personally, but from my consumption and my
Mhm.
in something, I felt like Kendrick got a slight edge because of that, the repetitiveness and the catchiness of "Not Like Us."
Mm-hmm.
But at
Mhm.
the same time, I can respect and appreciate Drake holding his own. He did hold his own on some songs,
He
like
did.
really held his own. But that's just me.
One
And
song was three songs in one, by the way. I think was it in Family? Like this
it was
nigga literally
it was Family
Yeah,
Matters.
that was Family Matters. Yeah, he did
he
like three
there
songs.
was three songs in one, and he was updated because that last verse was based off of something current. The nigga
Mm-hmm.
got in the booth and did the shit that y'all wanted him to do, and the moment that like the tide had turned, oh this shit is whack, or it was crickets, or oh this shit is whack, and then when Kendrick drops right after, then it just switches over. I'm just like, you niggas ain't even trying to be objective anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
Like,
soon as Meet the Grams drop, that objectiveness went out the window. Like I just sat back.
yeah.
I was just like, oh, here's the chaos. And then when
uh,
Not Like Us, if you
hold on, we
literally
got
look
some
at my
water.
timeline, I was literally hyping up certain things that was really pretty much catching my vibe. Like not like I'm like they not like us. And then it was
Mhm.
like the Shawn Michaels, I mean the Sweet Chin
Sweet Chin
music.
Music.
I
Yeah,
won't pass the odds. I'm like, bro, that is not leaving my brain.
yeah. Me
But
too, bro. The wrestling references, Jabroni ass. I was like, oh, bruh, come on. I'm like, I popped. I was like, hey,
I was,
we got
I was
some
like,
wrestling references from Kendrick. Let's freaking go. All right.
and
No,
it's just,
bro, I gotta agree with you, man. Before we really just wrap it up, it's just at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, honestly, both sides, hip hop to hip hop, both sides did their thing. And the thing about with what Drake ended up doing with the Heart Part 6 is more so just like, if you really think about it, I'm sure if Marty catches this when he gets back in, it's more like, if you think about it this way, like Drake said, regardless of how y'all want to take it, because some people have been saying, oh, man, he sounded kind of like he was covering up a lot of whatever Kendrick said about him and Not Like Us when he did the Heart Part 6. But it's like,
Mm-hmm.
what did he say at the end? Hey, man, this was fun. At least I got your fans, to get more music out of you, in a short span of time. How often have you seen Kendrick drop? He, like people said, he dropped pretty much a whole EP in a
are you
span.
talking about Mr. Morale?
No, it's just in general. This amount of music we've gotten so far has
Yeah.
been the most consistent. But it's the same thing when Kendrick takes shots, or it's like after Control when we do stuff. It's just like he'll hit you, and then you hear nothing for a long period of time, and then he'll give you something else, and it's just like none of that matters. Like being consistent doesn't matter, but hip hop and lyrics and all this other shit that you say that you hate this man for, he's been consistent for damn near almost 2 decades. Same with Cole, because that was Cole's problem a little bit in the beginning. There was a period where he was kind of inconsistent, and that dude has just been doing features and going on tour, been on a roll. When people are consistent, we don't reward it. When people are successful, we resent it. We tell them they're not black enough. When I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just like, because that was one thing that just bothered me, speaking as a biracial person in general. It's just like, okay, people be forgetting that Cole biracial too. That
Yeah.
Kendrick wife or wife or whatever it is amongst their relationship. She biracial, Drake biracial. It's just like we be picking and choosing. Nobody's saying nothing, and it's just like, okay, I kind of understand why Cole bowed out. I probably would have had that rollout be a little different. But my whole thing is, I get why he kind of bowed out because he probably knows because he's a friend of both and up close and personal with both. Like has a reason to pick a side and to get on the hill and to do all this
It's
grandstanding
that
that you niggas is doing.
it's that situation where you're cool with someone when you're cool with two people who don't fuck with each other?
It's Twitter.
And you're basically just like, you know what, I'm gonna leave it out. Cause it like kind of like we was in Philly. Like, there's some people who were cool with me and cool with other people, but I wasn't cool with certain people. But they didn't want to. There's like, if there's beef and y'all don't want to squash it, I'm not gonna make y'all hang around each other. That's literally this.
That's good peoples. That's good peoples.
Mm-hmm.
That understand that. So the Cole said, like, look, because he knows whatever the real personal reason is between these two. Like, hey, I'm gonna step back. I'm just kind of chilling. Like, I felt like you tried to play me a little bit, and I defended myself. But I know where you
This
niggas is taking it, where this is going, and it's not just gonna stay where it should. And I know if you probably overstep, I'm gonna fuck both y'all.
He was like, bro, this ain't gonna be about the music by the time this is over, and it ain't about the music no more.
And he said, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for the fall off. So
because he knows these people in real life. He knows them in real life. See difference? You see difference? He knows them in real life.
So the moral of the story is like, consume it how you want to consume it, and it's like, and that's basically my main point is, it's like, hip hop, music, entertainment is subjective. You can consume it just like wrestling. You can consume it how you want to consume it. You can be a fan, keyword fan, or you can just not let it consume your life to where you're just going to make this your entire. Stop forming this parasocial relationship with these people who don't know you. I had to learn that. I had to learn that the hard way a few times growing up. Even recently, as last year, I formed parasocial relationships with people who, at the end of the day, be screenshotting the shit that I say and taking it back to my ops. So, keep the grinds and keep your head down and focus. Like, that's why I said block out the noise and block out the bullshit and focus. Because after a while, it's like, it stopped being fun a long time ago. It just started getting to the point where I was like, oh shit, you gonna respond?
It's exhausting.
You gonna respond?
It was easy to get tired of.
Bruh, it was exhausting because this man dropped an album like 30 minutes after Drake did. I mean, a song at 30 minutes after Drake did. And I'm like, bro, it's 2 a.m. I gotta go to bed.
And then Kendrick dropped the 2-pack, and then Drake dropped it, and then addressed the stuff that people complain that he didn't address because they don't believe him. But Kendrick says it is true, but if Drake says it's not true, and nobody's about to fact check. Exactly. Oh, you know the worst part? The worst part is so much fucking pillow talking. My boy Jamar, shout out Jamar, sent me this video of somebody that's cool with Kendrick. He was on a podcast. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. He was on a podcast saying that I was talking to my OVO niggas and they was telling me this, and I was just trying to tell him, like, I'm paraphrasing, but trying to tell him, like, yo, it's burnt. Now do this. Not understanding that, okay, wherever side is feeding whatever information, and there's a mole on probably both ends because these songs is dropping in perpetuity, and like there's so much pillow talking. You can't trust who's around you because you got niggas playing both sides, feeding shit over here, and that's just escalating the beef.
616 in LA was the perfect song to solidify exactly what you just said, because that is where all of this even really started before we even got to meet the Grams. Because it was like, that's when you knew Waters was treading that way. Like, have you ever thought about some of your people really working for me? And it's like, here we go.
And if the bag is big enough, niggas will switch sides and will turn on you. Same with family. Motherfuckers will switch up on you with the quickness if it means being able to play both sides. And you know them types of people. And most of you niggas on Twitter saying all your shit.
Most of them niggas on Twitter
play both sides. Yeah, you play both sides. Oh, so and so talking shit. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe. Yeah, fuck that nigga. The nigga they was talking about. Hey, they was talking shit about you. I defended you. Blah blah blah. No, you playing both sides, just trying to feed shit because it's feeding your pockets and doing all this other shit, and it might get somebody killed.
I'm glad you said that, brother. The great Fabulous. Shout out to Fabulous. He once said, "Hey, don't tell people what they saying about me. Tell me why they comfortable telling you." Hey man, Soul Tape, baby, Soul Tape. Yes, sir.
Three my favorite.
Hey, they on streaming platforms as of now.
What?
Yeah, the Soul Tapes are on streaming platforms now. Let's go. You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on iTunes. Yes, sir.
He digitalized it. He modernized it.
Yes, sir. So now we got No Ceilings. We got all the classic mixtape.
Can I get comeback season on streaming platforms, Drake?
Please.
Man, please.
I'm not a hater. I understand it completely. I don't
I'm
have
a
this
music
weird
person.
parasitic
I like
relationship with you.
Mhm.
I like music, and I like to troll people online because I like to feed into their idiocy.
We probably need Cushion OJ on there too. I just thought about that. I
Huh?
don't think that's on streaming platforms.
Cushion OJ isn't on streaming
Uh,
platforms?
I don't think so. Because that was a mixtape, and I don't think that's on. I gotta double check and see, but I don't think Cushion OJ. Yeah.
That's
Or
crazy.
Paper Planes too?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mixtape Wiz Khalifa. We need all that stuff on there.
Woo! Give me all the Dat Piff. Just move Spotify. Buy Dat Piff if it's still around, or get the rights. Like buy the streaming library or whatever. Just bring all
all
that
the
over
good
there.
shit over. Get rid of all the whack shit that y'all be having occupying on space. Bring all the good shit over.
You can even keep the DJs yelling on it. You can get the damn son. Where'd you get this? Like I'll deal.
Get rid of all that. I never liked that.
If it means we get it.
But anything else y'all want to get off your chest about this music shit? Or
No, brother, we can move on.
We can move on.
We know y'all want the wrestling. We sorry about that.
We sorry about that. It's like it took us about an hour to get into this shit. Hey,
this is pro wrestling.
This is pro wrestling in a way.
It really is though.
Everything is pro wrestling.
If you really think about it, you know what I'm saying?
But you know who we won't be digesting music like this? Def Rebel, you bitches.
When the club go around here, I'm a cactus. Bang, bang, gang, I don't owe you jack. When I'm in the ring, it's just me and my best friends. OC cutting no slack. Hollywood Mills, you can put me on the A-list. Gresh Unleashed, better put it on your playlist. Me and my fam be ballin' like the Bruce. Fight night, baby, hard hitting like Sheamus. Family first, yes, bloodline business. Winning all the gold, look at how they witness.